On a clear night, you can see it without a telescope. A faint red point of light sitting at the shoulder of Orion, one of the brightest stars in the sky, one of the most studied objects in the history of astronomy, and for over 100 years, one of the most mysterious, because Betelgeuse has never behaved the way it should. It dims, it brightens, it pulses with a rhythm nobody could explain. In 2019, it faded so dramatically that astronomers around the world thought the end had finally arrived. It hadn't, but what they found instead in 2025 was something nobody predicted. Not an imminent explosion, something stranger, a hidden companion star orbiting inside the atmosphere of a dying giant. And it is already doomed. But to understand what's happening to Betelgeuse right now, you first have to understand what Betelgeuse actually is, because the numbers alone don't prepare you for it. If Betelgeuse replaced our sun, the surface would not stop at Earth. It would not stop at Mars. It would stretch past Jupiter, swallowing every planet in the inner solar system, every asteroid, every comet, every trace of the world we were born on. It burns at roughly 100,000 times the luminosity of the sun, and it has already exhausted its hydrogen, the fuel that keeps most stars alive for billions of years. Betelgeuse burned through it in 10 million. Now its core is fusing heavier and heavier elements, building toward a threshold it cannot come back from. It is not a young star making its way through life. It is an old one in its final chapter, fusing elements that only form in the last desperate stages before collapse. But nobody knows how long that chapter has left. It could be tomorrow. It could be 100,000 years. And that uncertainty is exactly what makes Betelgeuse so difficult to read. Because the signs of its death are tangled up with something else entirely. In late 2019, Betelgeuse did something that stopped astronomers cold. Over the course of several weeks, it faded to roughly 40% of its normal brightness. It became so dim, it dropped out of the list of the brightest stars in the sky. Headlines declared the supernova was imminent.
If we take the lines away, the most interesting star, I think, the star that could be shocking in our sky is this one, Betelgeuse or Betelgeuse. It's a red giant star. It's very unstable. It's about to explode.
No, give me the timescale for that.
The thing is, it could be tomorrow. It could be during this broadcast, and it would shine like a second sun in the sky because it's only...
Astronomers pointed every available instrument at Orion, and then, quietly, without ceremony, Betelgeuse began to brighten again. The culprit turned out to be a cloud of dust the star itself had expelled, a shell of material that temporarily blocked our view, making the star appear to fade from the outside when nothing had changed at the core. The great dimming was a false alarm, but it exposed something important. Because there was a second mystery hiding beneath it. A slower cycle, a dimming and brightening that repeated every 5.78 years, that had puzzled astronomers for over a century. That pattern was too regular to be random, too consistent to be coincidence. Something was causing it. And for 100 years, nobody knew what. The answer came in July 2025. A companion star, hidden for over a century, orbiting so close to Betelgeuse that it had been impossible to image directly against the blinding light of the giant beside it. Astronomers named it Siwarha, Arabic for her bracelet, a name chosen to echo Betelgeuse's own Arabic origin, the hand of the giant. A bracelet circling the hand. Siwarha is not a large star, roughly 1.5 times the mass of our Sun. A small, hot blue-white star that formed along Betelgeuse 10 million years ago, when both were born from the same collapsing cloud of gas. They have orbited each other ever since. But Siwarha's orbit is unlike anything in our own solar system. It doesn't circle Betelgeuse from a safe distance. It orbits inside its atmosphere. Every 2,100 days, Siwarha completes one full loop through the vast outer layers of the giant, cutting through gas so thin it barely qualifies as matter, but gas that is still part of Betelgeuse itself. And as it moves, it leaves something behind, a wake, like a boat dragging a wave through still water. Siwarha carves a trail of disturbed gas through Betelgeuse's atmosphere. That wake compresses material in its path. It scatters light, and every time Siwarha passes between us and Betelgeuse, every 5.78 years, that wake absorbs just enough of the giant's light to create the dimming that puzzled astronomers for over a century. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope spent 8 years tracking subtle changes in Betelgeuse's light. And in early 2026, a team led by astronomer Andrea Dupree at Harvard confirmed they had finally seen it. The ripple of Siwarha's passage written into the data. For the first time, she said, we're seeing direct signs of this wake, confirming that Betelgeuse really does have a hidden companion shaping its appearance and behavior. A mystery over 100 years old, solved by a wake in a dying star's atmosphere. But the discovery did more than explain the dimming. It revealed something about Siwarha's future, because Siwarha is not in a stable orbit. The same forces that drag it through Betelgeuse's atmosphere are slowly stealing its orbital energy. Every pass through that gas creates friction. Every orbit brings it fractionally closer. And the calculations are unambiguous. Within approximately 10,000 years, a fraction of a blink in cosmic time, Siwarha will have lost enough energy that it can no longer maintain its orbit. It will spiral inward, and Betelgeuse will swallow it. A star that has circled its companion for 10 million years, consumed in the end by the very giant it was born beside. 10,000 years sounds distant, but consider what 10,000 years means on a cosmic scale. The universe is 13 billion years old. 10,000 years is less than a single second compared to that. Siwarha's fate is not a distant possibility. In astronomical terms, it is already decided. And after Siwarha is gone, Betelgeuse will still be dying. Its core will keep fusing heavier elements, neon, oxygen, silicon, building toward iron. Iron is where fusion ends. It cannot release energy, it only absorbs it. When the core fills with iron, fusion stops. In less than a second, the outward pressure that has held the star together for 10 million years disappears. Gravity wins. The core collapses in milliseconds, and the shockwave that rebounds outward tears the entire star apart in one of the most violent events the universe produces: a supernova. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, it will be visible from Earth in broad daylight. For weeks, perhaps months, it will be one of the brightest objects in the sky, outshining every star, rivaling the moon. It is roughly 700 light years away, far enough that the explosion poses no threat to Earth, but close enough that anyone alive on that day will witness something no human has seen since the year 1604. When the last naked-eye supernova lit the skies of Earth. Nobody knows when that day is coming. The companion discovery pushes earlier estimates outward, from tens of thousands of years to possibly 100,000. But the honest answer is that we cannot say. The core of Betelgeuse is hidden behind hundreds of solar radii of gas and plasma. We cannot see inside it. What we know is this: the elements needed to trigger collapse are already forming. The clock is running. And the next time Siwarha emerges from behind Betelgeuse in November 2027, astronomers will be watching. Not because they expect an explosion, but because every observation brings us closer to understanding what a dying giant actually looks like from the inside. Tonight, if the sky is clear, go out and find Orion. The red point of light at its shoulder is still there. The same star your ancestors watched without understanding. The same star that puzzled astronomers for over a century. Inside its atmosphere, a companion is orbiting in silence, carving its invisible wake through gas that belongs to the giant consuming it. And somewhere in its core, something is building. We do not know when it will end, but the light you see tonight left Betelgeuse roughly 700 years ago. Whatever is happening inside that star right now, we won't know for 7 centuries. The sky keeps its secrets for a long time. Subscribe to Curio and explore the universe with us.